Hello everyone, welcome back to Raturi Tech Media. This video is on how to land your first job on Upwork. So before getting started, let me tell you how I started and how I landed my first job on Upwork. When initially started, I don't have any idea how to look for the jobs and apply to them. So I just randomly keep on searching for the jobs, and those jobs which matches my skill set, I applied to them without having any proposals with me. As a result, I do not get any response from the client back. Soon after it, I look for many sources that how I can actually apply for the jobs and land my first client. From various sources like YouTube, from various articles and blogs, I found that I missed very few things, very important things while applying or bidding for the jobs. So I followed them and corrected them, and I first landed my first job. As you can see, my first job on July 1st, 2020, which is of $20. So I'm sure that if you follow the tips that I am going to share with you, you will definitely be going to land your first job. So the very first thing that you have to have is a professional looking, high quality profile photo. If you don't have that one, chances are that your profile might get rejected, because when suppose for a job there are number of freelancers applying for that job, and the first thing that the client will always look is profile picture, which appears left to the or before the name of the freelancer. So if we have a blurry photo or not a sharp one with a low quality image, chances are that your profile might get rejected. The next thing that you have to look into is your profile title. Your profile title describes what exactly you do, so it should be appropriate and concise enough. So the next and the very important part of your profile is the description section. So this should describe what exactly the core technologies that you work with. As I have written, highly proficient in Flask, SQL, Scrappy, and also mentioned that I'm specialized as a Python and Django developer. So this gives an idea to the client that whether his project consists of the following technology or not. As you can see below in my profile, mainly my projects consist of the technologies mentioned above, like Django, Flask, JavaScript, Python. So now the next thing that is important here is what type of relationship I'm looking with the client. So I'm looking for a long-term work. So if a client is visiting my profile and he have a long-term work, so this will give him an idea that this freelancer is also looking for the long-term projects. So you should maintain this section in such a way that a client gets an idea whether I am fit for his projects or not. The next important thing in your profile is a profile rate. When starting initially, instead of having a higher rate, you can set your rate to a minimum of $5 per hour. Having a minimum rate doesn't mean that you are not skilled enough to complete a job. But what does this mean? That you're offering your services for a lower price because you have just started and you are in the process of building your profile. Later, you can increase your rate as soon as you complete your few projects on Upwork. The next thing in your profile is your portfolio section. Your portfolio section should consist of the projects that you have done previously, or your personal blog or your YouTube channel, or any project that you can showcase your client just to impress them. Once you complete your profile, another important thing is how to apply for the jobs. Because all the jobs listed on Upwork are not good enough for the new freelancers. So very first thing that I do when I started was I put my job keyword here, like I want to look for Python jobs. Here it will list out all the jobs related to Python. Now I will again filter out few jobs, like I only want only those jobs where proposals are less than 5. So I will tick on this filter, less than 5. Now again, I also don't want all the jobs where payment method is not verified. So here there should be an option, and here it is, payment verified. Now again, I will filter out all the jobs greater than 1 month. I only want small jobs just to build my profile. So I will tick out this less than 1 month project length. Now I also want that client should have at least hired for a single job. So I will tick both these to verify client history. And yes, I forgot to tick this fixed price job. Now as you can see, uh, there are 436 jobs listed out. Now among these jobs, I can apply to the one that matches my skill set. So in my case, let's say, mhm, improving. Now I will only watch out for those jobs where description is pretty much clear, like in case of this. As we can see here, they're asking for, they have an Python package and they want technical documentation for this. So I'm quite clear with this, so I will be applying for this job. Now here I can see that hire soon, so I will ignore this job because the client has already hired someone for this. So I will ignore this job and will look for the new one. But let's say now client haven't hired for this job. So next thing that I will look in this job is client recent history. So we can see that here client is having a good reputation with his or her past projects. So I'm pretty much happy with this client, so I will be clicking on submit the proposal. As we can see that this okay, so how do you want to be paid? So here I will be putting, so this job is of $100 as set by the client, so I will be putting here 70. Okay, so here I will be putting $70 by first milestone, by project. So at the end of project I will be getting, I'm putting it low so that I might get, my chances of getting higher will increase. Now here I always put less than 1 month and the minimum of the options. Now for cover letters, I always have a set of Google Docs where I put for different jobs. Like for web scraping jobs I have this, for Python and Django I have this, because for every job I am not going to write the whole documentation, whole proposal. So I just copy and paste and I put it here, and then I make necessary adjustment that adjust your radio job posting and why I'm suitable for this job. So these are the proposals. So you can also have a set of proposals and you can copy and paste later for whatever job you are applying for. Now here is asking for, do you have an experience generating NumPy documentation? So you should at least write the yes, I do have with the minimum, yeah, like yes I do have, it's enough, and you can later discuss in the interview. Now here's the next question, would you be able to complete it in a short period of time? Yes. Okay, now this is enough and you can submit a proposal here. Now, then you have to wait for the client to accept your proposal and be ready for the interview. One thing that is very important here is whenever you are writing a cover letter, you should always describe your describe why you are why client would hire you for this job in your first two lines. At last, I hope that you understood all the steps that I have shown you to land your first job. If you follow all the steps, then you will definitely land your first job, and even if not at the first chance, then second, third, or fourth. But the very important thing is that you have to keep on trying and should be very patient in the whole process. Once you get your first job, it will be very easy for you to land your second, third, and the upcoming jobs.